Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to a mental break. Thanks for tuning in. This is Deanna. Thank you to new subscribers. Thank you to current subscribers. Because I am a new channel, let me do my spiel real quick and then I'll jump right in because it's not going to be a long video. My name is Deanna. I'm a psychiatric nurse. I've been a nurse for over 20 years. I work with the top psychologists, psychiatrists, psych techs, and therapists in my town. I've worked on high profile cases and cases that's been in the news. I'm currently working on a high profile case, as a matter of fact, as of right now. I've worked with children all the way up to the elderly. Now, here in the mental break, we take viral stories and we break it down and talk about, who needs to be held accountable and what makes sense. And in some cases, people have a mental illness. Now, I'm coming on here real quick about Cardi B and Nicki because I'm looking at this from a different perspective as a psych nurse. This thing that they have online is disgusting. It's disgusting. The things that these two women are saying back and forth to each other, what Cardi is saying about Nicki Minaj, what Nicki is saying, it's too much. This stuff is low. It's low, and it's just disgusting. And let me just say this: being a psych nurse and knowing I don't know these women, going by what is put out online and stories that are told and what I have seen over the years, both women have their own individual traumas. Both women do. Both women are in need of seeing a psychologist or a therapist of some sort because both of these women have a history of different traumas. And when you don't heal or try to start working on these traumas and start healing, this is what bubbles up to the surface because whenever these women deal with something hard in their life, this is the things that they resort to. Nikki has a history of substance abuse, DV, SA. Cardi has a history of stripping, DV, and I don't know if it's SA in her history because she hasn't mentioned it. But the point is that both of these women come from a trauma background. And when you don't address these things, these types of things happen because these women are both working from traumatized minds, and that's basically what it is. Because to sit here and for Cardi to insinuate about Nicki's son possibly having autism allegedly, that's a low blow. That's a baby. And for also Cardi to say that Nicki allegedly has a essay from her father, again, a low blow. And then also, because I think Nikki was more so coming at Cardi herself as opposed to her children. And then it turned into the children. Now, I don't think Nikki directly said anything about Cardi's children directly. I think it was some indirect things that were being said and about her pregnancy, if I'm not mistaken. But as far as actually attacking her children themselves, I don't know. I could be wrong because it's so much said. And I stopped listening because this is, to me, this is not entertainment. To me, this is a lot of trauma that these kids are going to grow up and see. And if they don't get help and some healing done, these kids are going to grow up and act just as bad as they do. And this is the problem. Both women are under stress in the industry. Cardi is under stress to perform for this second album, and Nikki is under stress because from what I'm hearing, allegedly she's having problems in her marriage, and she's having a lawsuits with Rock Nation and all kinds of things going on behind the scenes. So neither one of these women really don't have the time or the mental capacity to be going at each other. And I believe that these women are just targeting each other just to get out the frustrations of their own lives. Because can't nobody tell me that Cardi is happy about having a baby with Stefan Diggs. Can't nobody tell me that. Can't nobody tell me that. Nobody would be happy about having a baby by a man that is rumored to have SA allegations. I'm sorry, with a man, not a woman, a man. And I'm not saying a woman is better. I'm just saying because he shouldn't have any SA allegations. But when you're talking about SA allegations with a man, and if this is true, if it's true, then that's not the first time that this man has messed with a man, and then you're going to turn around and mess with a man. I mean, mess with a woman, Cardi. So that's why I said I can't. and the child that's going to come out of this. This is insane. All of this is insane. This feels like something out of the Upside Down world or the Twilight Zone or something, because this is really weird. And I'm not going to stay on here long about it, because I really don't want to give it too much energy, because there are people online who find this so entertaining. Oh, I'm here for it. And they find this funny and cute. I don't find none of this funny. I find it sad, because I'm looking at two damaged women who are wealthy, beautiful, wealthy, successful women with beautiful children that don't have nothing else to do but go back and forth on Twitter talking about each other, disrespecting each other, and taking low shots at each other. And for what? Because at the end of the day, y'all both look bad. You both look bad. Cardi is going to tank her own career. She's going to tank her own career. It's just that simple. Nicki is not doing any better with her career either. Sure, Nicki will put out a hot album, sure, but will she get other endorsements? Will she get other movie offers? Will she get them contacting her for Fashion Week? Like all these things, nobody wants to be bothered with women that act like this. They don't want to put their dollar value around women who are talking about each other like this on public forums. Nobody wants to do that. And that's probably why that audio that Cardi had is being taken down all across social media, because her record label probably did that. Because from what I'm hearing, the stuff in there, the people can sue, from what I'm hearing. So the record label is like, you ain't doing this. So behind the scenes, Cardi's probably getting, her behind handed to her, because it's new management at her label. So she can't be running around acting like no fool like she used to. Cardi stays in trouble. She stays in trouble. And I'm trying to figure out, when is this woman going to stop and say, you know what? Let me find a good psychologist or a therapist. And that's both these women. I don't know what else needs to happen for y'all. I really don't. I don't know what else needs to happen before these women finally say, this is bigger than me. I need help. I need to chill out. And I need to find out what's going on, because this has gotten too far. And nobody has done that yet. They still want to keep spiraling. So listen, they want to keep spiraling. It's nothing I can do about that. That's not, my business. If that's what they want to keep doing. I really empathize with all of the children, and that includes Carly's new baby that's going to be born, because that child's going to have a time. That child's going to have a time. Offset, I just saw a picture of Offset with his three children. When this new baby come along, Offset's not going to be taking that child. And then that child is going to be sitting at home with Cardi or with her mama or whatever, waiting for Stefan to come pick that child up. Child, I can't. I can't. All right, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna go on my other channel, an RN's Life. I'm gonna do the Psychology of Women Part 4, and I'm gonna break down a lot of this stuff. And I'm not going to be doing a video per se on Cardi and Nicki. I'm going to be doing the video. My video is going to be the Psychology of Women Part 4, because I did 3 parts. But I'm going to talk about why women make certain decisions that they make, and why they come, when it doesn't turn out right, you know, they just keep doing it. It's like a cycle. So I'm going to go into that on why women do what they do. And on that channel, because on that channel I go deeper. This is my lighter channel. I just keep it light. We don't go too deep on this channel. We just try to look at accountability and who needs to be held accountable, and both women need to be held accountable. Now, as far as the other women that jumped in, now JT, now damn it, you and Cardi sitting up there arguing over who man is the gayest. That's dumb. That's dumb. Okay, both men are. Okay, allegedly, both men. So we're gonna let that go. Okay, y'all, it's a tie. It's a tie. And so Lotto caught astray. Lotto was probably minding her business at home, and she probably woke up and said, "Now, why am I in it?" So Lotto caught astray. Bia basically been minding her business lately, so they pulled Bia in it. But I think Cardi just put her in it because she knows she can pick with her. I think that's what it is, because Bia is not as big as Cardi, and I think Cardi likes to pick on the little guys. She likes to pick on the little guys. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this because it's just disgusting. This is disgusting. I haven't seen. It's just bad. How can you, as a woman, come at another woman about SA, or you know what I mean, or about a child that could possibly be autistic that Nikki couldn't help? You can't help when a child is born autistic if that is the case, because I don't know that. Nikki has not came out and said anything about her son. So I don't know, we can't sit here and say if it's true or not. So that's why I said, and then say, for example, it's not true. And let's say, for argument's sake, it's not true. Nikki can sue her on that alone, saying that her son is autistic. That's slander. That's slander right there. And I know Nikki threatened the lawsuit. So I'm gonna see what the lawsuit is and how that's going to be. It's just too much. It's just too much, and I believe they're still going at it. And I'm not listening to it because I'm tired of it. I don't want to know, and these women are just doing too much. And I don't know what has to happen. Cardi is pregnant. Does she really think? Did she really think it's a good idea to be under this kind of stress while you're pregnant? You're arguing with this woman online. You're supposed to be getting ready for a tour. You're out there signing autographs. Your feet, you can't even keep your shoes on because your feet are swollen. You're not having a happy and healthy I'm not going to say not healthy, but a happy pregnancy because you spent too much of your pregnancy arguing online. So hiding your pregnancy and arguing online. So, how do you think that this is going to be a joyous occasion when you're spending the 9 months arguing with people online and still trying to work at that? I can't. I can't. All right, y'all. And Cardi really need to be careful. If you sitting up there calling somebody else's child autistic, you're carrying a baby. And if I was you, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that because the Lord has a way of making things happen, honey. So, all right, let me get out of here, guys. Y'all take care. Have a good one.